I mean, maybe we should just start plugging in a few numbers and the formula will fall out of that. So like, if B is 500, then what is A going to be? So 500. So the sine of 45. Sine 45 degrees. So that's going to be 0.7. So it's going to be 0.7 times 500 equals 350. So we need like maybe 500 divided by 0.7 is going to be 714. So if we had 714, is that our distance? So it's like the cosine of we have 714, and that's A. Then what should happen is that, so if A equals 714, B equals 500, then C should be A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So 714 times 714, so C should be $871. So basically what we should have is 871 times the cosine of 45, so it should be 871 times 0.7 is 609. No, it needs to be the cosine, so cosine of 45. Cosine of 45 is 0.7 again, so 609. So it's not correct. We can't just divide by the sine or cosine to get what we need. Let's see, if B is 350, then it's going to be 350 times 350, which is 122,500, 122,500 plus 509. 716. We square that, and we divide by 0.7. Square root, which is going to be 795 times 0.7 is 556. So it's not that, so our formulas are totally messed up. They're not right at all. So what should this be? Like, basically it's going to be something divided by something times the cosine of the angle. So it's going to be x times the cosine of the angle equals 500. So basically it's going to be 500 divided by x equals that, or 500 divided by the cosine, so it should be 500 divided by that is 714. I mean, is that giving us c squared? Is that giving us c? Is that what's going on here? Is like a is not this value, it's actually c equals this 714. So it's like, if we got 500 times 500, it's 250. So we're going to have this plus y, so it's going to be like something plus this guy. I mean, is it just this is not 45 degrees, is it? Well, it should be 45. How would it be 45? Why are we saying 45? No, the angle is going to be different. No, the angle is going to be 45 degrees. Because that's the field of view that we've set. So is it literally just 509 times 509? Square root that, we get 713. I mean, literally, is it just the height equals the distance for the camera at this point? Because 45 degrees looks like this. It's just an isosceles triangle where it's just A and A. If we're at a 45 degree angle for things, it's just trivial. If that's 90 degrees right there. So in other words, we should just be setting our distance to the height divided by 2. Minus the min. So basically it should be current position We're just setting it to the translation of the actor that we're following. And we're just setting it plus follow offset, so let's just get rid of the wanted position. And basically what we're doing is it's going to be wanted position, send wanted position dot x equals the min x and we're going to subtract from that 0.5f times the height of the window. Alright, well. The camera is positioned at exposes. See, I don't do math anymore, I just make programs that do math for me. So we're adding those actors. Camera is positioned at negative negative 918. So it's basically throwing us like right here, which does not make any sense whatsoever to me. Like that is not going to have a width and height of... Well, maybe I've got it wrong by like an order of magnitude. Like, what is the pixel unit to, you know, pixels to world units? That's going to be like what's going on here, right? And if this bush is scaled at, you know, 1 by 1, we need to make another bush that's right on top of it. That's 150 units tall. And this is the texture, and the texture is 256. So it looks like it's 100 is the scale. So we should actually be like multiplying our vector by 100. And that's going to be this value right here multiplied by 100. Not the entire value. So we're gonna be at like 9,000. I don't know if that's correct either. It seems a little nuts. Well, it's not gonna be 9,000. Jesus Christ. Alright, so obviously this is correct. I mean, that's just what it's supposed to look like. That is way too damn far away. $52,000. Jesus Christ. I mean, that actually looks correct. Like, when we jump right up here, like, we're supposed to be right on top of that cone. Like, that is true. Like, so this is negative 5585. Yeah, that actually looks like it should be correct. The question is, how big is this thing when it is 1 by 1 scale? If we put it at 0, 0, and drag it up, it is 1 unit. It is 1 tall. So the scale of this background piece should be, if it's 1 by 1, it's going to be float like what? X scale equals something, and float Y scale equals something else. It's going to be our normal thing is like 100. It's just 1. So our Y scale should be window.x divided by 10 or something like that. Same thing for Y scale. Because if we got the screen at the right size there, now we need to actually add it in there. But this thing needs to be a little bit bigger. Actually, it needs to be, since this thing is this new thing is a little bit behind. We've got like our plane for what our object should be here, and then we've got this distance here, and we actually need to inflate our height. So if our window height here was like 1000, so if it's 1000 here, we know that the distance along this direction here that distance is 800. We still know that this angle is 45. So therefore, this distance also has to be 800. So it's going to be basically 800 in both directions. So it's going to be, we add 1600 to our scale. So it's this window X is going to be the actual size that we're going for. So float, let's see, it's going to be world size X is going to be the max minus the min times 2. Plus the window.x. Same thing with world size Y, so it's going to be something like that, I'm pretty sure. The world size, the scale of our background projection is percent of. Why are we not seeing the printout of the world scales? Scale of our background possession. Yeah, what the fuck? How come we're not seeing this? The scale of our background projection is 305 and 263. So I guess it should be divided by 100. But how come it's not printing it? Like, we're hitting this every frickin' frame. Because we're not changing our scales very often. That's why. Alright, makes sense. So it looks pretty close. It's not correct though, obviously. But let's take a look if it's at least consistently wrong by an amount. And it looks like it's consistently wrong by a factor of 2. So why is that? Why is it wrong by a factor of 2? I mean, we multiplied this by 2. Are we supposed to multiply it by 4? I mean, why would it be 4? It should be 800 plus 800, which is 1600, which is this right there. Well, are we putting it in the wrong spot? Like, we're setting this quad position to ortho far clip plane plus a tiny bit. So its current position plus the far clip plane plus a very small amount. So no, it should be fine. Well, let's just try multiplying it by 2. Let's see if that looks right. No, that's not right either. That's not right either. But it's closer to right. So what is the constant? Is it... I mean, these are... I'm thinking maybe there's another constant in here that we need to multiply it by. I mean, we could do it, again, like by 8. But the question that I have is, this may not be... It may be an issue here with the actual... Not this distance, but it may be an issue with the distance with the window X and Y. So if this is supposed to be 800, I mean this height here should be 1,000, so it should just be 1,000 plus 1,600 and all that. That's not... Is that right? Might be. Might actually be correct. The way we should be able to test out if it's correct is by subtracting a very small amount. Well, it should be like 200. I hate the damn DLL loading window, it's just so annoying. It's like, just fuck off already. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it's correct. Looks like the window's just too big. It's still too big? Oh, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this is completely wrong. Like, our math, this is not our fucking math right here. This is just bullshit. It's an orthographic fucking projection. What the fuck am I doing? The height is exactly the same goddamn height as the window. The X scale and Y scale are literally just window X and window Y divided by 100. It's like the number that I'm subtracting from this thing that I'm multiplying is Same fucking number. And this should be like 1/10 of the size or something like that. Yeah, it's now just the wrong size and it's off by a constant. And that constant is just going to be like 10. Except it's not 10. God damn it. I feel like I should be able to do this math a lot easier. Just like way out of practice with actual like gameplay math. I mean, literally, the scale it's off by, because it's orthographic. It's a fucking orthographic projection, not the rest. So. So if this is our size, our window width is this big. So it's 765 versus 144. So it's 0.5, so we're off by 2. So it's 25 is our constant. This is the not very fun part of messing around with all this crap. It's just getting math right and knowing when to just fuck around with the numbers or not fuck around with the numbers. And that again looks correct. So let's just adjust by a small bit. There it is. And yeah, as you can see, we subtracted just a little bit from the scale, and it pulled this thing back. And it looks like it pulled it back by a decent constant. And if our thing is fully square, yeah, looks right. Okay, so we have our scene capture quad, and all that. The perspective is correct. Now we have to figure out what the hell we're gonna do with drawing our 3D objects that are in front of our scene with the right depth. So we've got, that's in the right spot as it should be, but it's also the right size. The only issue is it's drawing behind. So we need to, when we draw this texture here, we need to actually draw the depth test. For our orthographic camera needs to actually we need to change how we do depth sampling. The depth sampling on this material, I don't really know exactly how the hell to do this. So it's like our test material, our pixel depth offset. Is there like vertex position? Is there like position? Camera position world space. We've got object. We have position. Offset objects in direction. Do we have vertex position? Vertex normal. I mean, we've got like sprite position or whatever. World position. Use this function within the world position offset input. Crap. I do not know the right magic here to actually set any of this. Allows for vertices of a mesh to be manipulated in world space by the material. No. We need pixel depth offset. I just want vertex position, not texture coordinate. Is there vertex? There's got to be the world position. No. Jesus Christ, can you fucking piece of shit just like let me look at what the hell it is? It's just absolute world position, and it wasn't fucking showing up because it goes by the goddamn. Jesus. Great. So I want to subtract the world position Z. How do I get the Z off of it? I just want to take the Z position or the X position of this and get that, and I don't want this whole thing. What is this offset? I wish it would tell me the fucking type of pixel depth offset. So I can know like what the hell it is. Like Like, come on, tell me what type an emissive color is, so I can actually like look at the components of what the hell a color is and shit like that. Like, this is not fucking helpful. Because, like, I don't even know what to debug for this fucking thing. Like, I don't even know if any of this would even work. Come on, let me delete a fucking line here. Come on. I don't even know. I don't even know if this works. Like, I have absolutely no way to debug this. That's not good. It's not good at all. So what I want to do is I want to change the damn depth test to use a different number. So it's probably, alright, we have the translucency sort policy and the translucency axis. And basically what we want to do is when we blend these things together, we want to have, we do want them sorted, but we want to sort based on the frickin' pixel depth. Which I think is what it's going to do with this axis. But what we need is that should be right up there, yeah. But how do we get the depth buffer properly set up with that object? So we're rendering it onto a material, and that material is outputting stuff. So we have a custom depth pass. Depth stencil value should be I want to do a per pixel custom depth pass. I don't know if this is available. I don't think we can do it. It doesn't look like it has a per pixel depth on a per pixel depth Unreal 4 material.